I've been looking for an exit strategy for like 3 or 4 months.
That's great.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
And for us to bust through, we're going to have to beat somebody. We can say what we want. Like, I wanted to make sure they weren't happy we're going to be okay. No. If we won that game, say it. We're in the tournament. If we won that game, we're in the tournament. So it's not okay to say we'll be all right. Now, you're going to have to go get somebody else. I didn't want to put that on them because I got some guys a little bit fragile. So I'm having to hold them accountable but keep picking them up. And they're a little fragile. But when you're losing some games or you're not playing well, that happens. And I still love coaching these guys.
It's a little bit raw after the game on Saturday down in College Station. That was one I know they felt like got away.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker the day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
when
really
you lose
was.
it like that.
I know.
When you but they were so giving. It was like they were giving Valentine's out throughout the game.
They
like,
gave several away.
Here, take the ball.
That's right.
Here, run off with this chocolate candy. Take it to the other end. Have a bite.
Pretty much when Texas A&M plays and wins, everything that we've said and we've heard said since the end of that game, somebody else says. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes when you play them. And I'm not brushing it aside, but I'm just saying that Texas A&M, they just have a way of making you play ugly. And I don't know. It was a disappointing day because they did everything that you have to do to beat a team like Texas A&M, except even get a push in the turnover battle. And A&M seemed to make every one of those turnovers turn into a basket.
Yeah, I mean, 17 turnovers, 22 points.
They're plus 15 in points off turnovers.
11 steals. The 3 guards for Arkansas charged with handling the ball combined for 11 turnovers. And they were sloppy. It was a little uncharacteristic. They haven't been quite like that. And A&M, you always got to give that. We forget that the other team has something to do with it, as you're pointing out. And you got to give them credit. But at the same time, I mean, you feel like you just gave them the game. Like you just didn't take care of the ball. Like the basic thing in basketball is you can't do that. And that's exactly what they did. And some of the passes were it's just atrocious. I mean, it was like, what is that? What are we doing there? And again, Arkansas's becoming a little bit of a frustrating team because you know it's in there and you know they're capable of certain things. And when they don't do that and you're already in a hole, it's tough.
You know, we talked 2 months ago about how it's going to be the kind of season where sometimes it seems like you're taking 1 step up, 2 steps back. Then you take 2 steps up, but you take 1 step back, and you hope at the end of the year you're ahead of the game, so to speak. I've not seen anything that's changed my mind on that. I will say this. I don't think what happened Saturday is a death knell. And I think sometimes when you have a game like that you lose in a frustrating fashion and, everybody's got something negative to say when it's over, you tend to think that that's it. They may not win Wednesday night, or they might go down there and pull off the upset of the season. But either way, I still think there's a possibility and a pathway for them to get to the NCAA tournament. It includes those last 5 games, 3 of which are at home, and the 2 that are on the road are winnable. So you've just got to stay in the fight. And I know that people are sick and tired of hearing that because they've heard it for 4 months. They've heard it for 4 months. And then they heard it in the football season before that.
And basketball season last year.
So I get it. I get people's frustrations. But as bad as Saturday was, they're still in it. They're still in it. And they can still get to the NCAA tournament. What happens after that, who knows? I'm not brushing off what happened Saturday. I was there, I watched it, and I know how it was when it was over, too. So I understand that Saturday's one that got away, but there are still opportunities out there to get to where you want to go. And when you look at those last 5 games, there's a lot of winnable games in that group. Losable games, too.
Monday morning, it's 6:07. What's today, everybody? It's President's Day.
It is.
President's Day, so
Schools
the
are
kids are
closed.
sleeping in. Somebody booed when I said that because that's apparently what's happening now. Boo all presidents on President's Day. And I don't know what you got any celebrations planned today for President's Day, Bart? You got a brunch or anything you're attending later?
As it turns out, it's also National Pancake Week, so I'm gonna probably get some pancakes or something.
Oh, well, you're a pancake guy. Hey, Chuck and I aren't pancake guys.
I like pancakes, waffles, like the whole thing.
Chuck won't touch a pancake. He won't even look at one.
Yeah. Well, more for me.
By the way, I had breakfast watching the game. It was 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, how was your
Scottsdale.
trip?
Well, it was great.
How was your trip?
Wedding, Taylor and
Weather was warm.
Chrissy, McGillis, newlyweds.
Yeah.
Destination wedding, you arrive, they're not married, you leave,
They're married.
they're married.
Yeah.
Funny how that
Two
works.
seats behind us, on the plane, boom, there they are. And it was, I don't know that I've been to a destination wedding. So it was unique. It was great. A lot of people in sports, a lot of Arkansas people, past and present. And 10 a.m. Razorback game. Watched the game at 10 a.m.
Worked out fine.
It almost didn't, Chuck.
Really?
Yep.
What happened?
Everything was great. Everything was great. The flight there was easy. Got in the car. 10 minutes into the ride, I'd left my suit hanging in the airplane. Ooh. Now, I don't have a lot of suits now. I don't wear a lot of suits. I used to wear suits all the time, kind of like in your job now, where you wear them quite a bit to games and coaching shows and
just
whatever.
a jacket,
Yeah.
not a suit.
Well, I decided to get a suit for the wedding. Could have worn just a sports jacket. Tried to just, take it up.
You
a
wanted
notch.
to stand out.
I wanted it to be. I didn't want to be standing out the wrong direction.
Hey, what about Bo Mattingly's
Yeah, look at that
suit?
guy. Look, well, I didn't want
There's
it to be
Bo-
the other
well,
way.
he's
Like,
Bo Mattingly.
geez, could you wear something a little bit nicer to our wedding? Do you care about these people at all? I mean, you show up in like a sports jacket. I didn't know.
Was it a red jacket or a
It's-
blue jacket?
It's Scottsdale. It was, well, this is the other part. It was a light gray. It's nothing, because if you're going to go buy one suit,
Yeah.
Gray's
you
good
got to
color.
get something versatile.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I don't want something that, I can wear once, every quarter
Yeah.
of the year. And it's like, oh, he's got that really fancy blue suit on again. You want to be versatile. You got to mix it up.
Right.
It can look different with different ties and shirts and whatever. But never mind that. I left it on the airplane. Do you know how hard it is to get something back off the airplane?
Well, no.
Well,
Because I've never done it.
Well, let me just tell you, don't try it.
What
Because
happened?
you can't get a hold of a person
How'd you do
that
it?
is physically there. Well, it was a very stressful night, and I had kind of resolved myself to this isn't going to happen. But like most things, when a woman gets involved and starts making calls and when we give
Raising
up,
hell.
she somehow got it done, and my girlfriend somehow got through to American Airlines. And somehow talk to a lady. I'm just telling you how difficult it is to actually get somebody on the phone at the airport, at that airline. You can talk to somebody at the airport, but transfer me to the American Airlines customer service desk or baggage claim desk at the airport is virtually impossible.
Maybe it was her pleasant tone.
I don't know because I kind of left the room. I kind of just went and worked out.
That's my point.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it was her pleasant
Yeah.
tone. It was in stark contrast to yours.
All right. What? Well,
And therefore, they thought, well,
I'm not going to lie. I'd given up. And the next thing you know, she's on the phone and she said, would you just please go look? Because, it's like fill out the online thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you just please go look, like you said. And next thing you know, oh, it sure is here. So you drive back to the airport and you go get the suit and you can't believe it. And then, of course, people go, you did all that for a gray suit?
Yeah. I saw the picture. I mean, could have gone to
it's
Men's
nice.
Warehouse that morning, and gotten the same thing.
I don't know if you've looked at me lately, Chuck, but I don't get off the rack.
I'm joking.
They don't just, this looks like it ought to be about your size here.
Yeah.
And they're just, you can find a place in Scottsdale that'll tailor it that day. I didn't want to pay that.
I understand.
After just getting one. And so, tragedy averted.
Well, I'm
crisis
glad it
averted.
worked out for you.
Yeah, yeah. But
sporty-looking picture.
So, what kind of an idiot? The question is, and I knew, don't. This is the second time it's happened.
Oh.
The other one, I never got back. You know, when you splurge on a nice sports jacket, that's the one I left on the plane. This is a couple of
You
years
need to
ago.
learn the fold. You got to get the fold down for
So
a
I had it
jacket
in the-
so you don't have to
I
hang
had
it
in
up.
the hang-up bag. I had it in the hang-up bag, and I could have easily just sat it right on top the carry-on and the overhead. But no, I had to be fancy and hang it up. Left it. So it gets better. We get back to the airport, and I left it sitting at security. Yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get it back?
Lacey Goldwire, women's assistant basketball coach, happened to be behind me in line and saw me later in the airport. She said, "Did you leave a hang-up bag at security?" And I go, "You know what? I sure did." So I got bailed out again.
You had a tough go. Your mind must have been 10,000 miles away.
This is what people said to me. Friends said this to me as we were waiting for the to leave, to come back to freezing Fayetteville. You need help. You need help.
Well, you got too much going on in your brain. Clearly, you were worried about the winter storm because I know they weren't discussing that out in Arizona. But you've come back, and it's going to be a winter wonderland.
I realized the segment was to hear about everyone's weekend. I'm sorry.
No,
took
I
the
mean,
whole-
yours was a lot
and
more
it was all about
interesting.
me and my like disastrous self. But yeah, I do need help, and so I thought I'd do today, and then I'd take the rest of the week off. It sounds like y'all had an amazing show on Friday without me. I didn't hear a peep from anybody. And I heard from Bart today, as we continue to evaluate the show, you just need to get out of the way and let Chuck go.
Well, I don't think it was that. Believe me, I don't think it was like that at all. But you
maybe
were
take some more time
you
off.
were missed. It just seems
We,
like a lot's happened since then.
We're climbing in the ratings since your departure.
Yeah.
Friday was a bonanza.
Yeah.
It's like,
The
okay.
response was
I was
overwhelming.
like, wow, I think I'll have another mimosa. And
Not worry about it.
I also lost an AirPod. Just dropped out of my ear right in front of me, like literally right in front of me. I was taking my hoodie off, dropped right in front of me. I saw it land. Could not find it.
On the
Spent
plane?
20 minutes. No. Over by the hot tub.
You had a hoodie on by the hot tub?
Well, it's 48 degrees. It's 8
Oh.
o'clock in the morning. I'm
Oh,
having
I
a cup of coffee. I think I'm going to go
I
sit in
see.
the hot tub and
I
look
see.
at the view. It's amazing. It's
the
awesome.
bougie crowd. The bougie crowd.
awesome.
You need one of those hooded bathrobes if you're going to go all the way, man. So you can
Apparently-
lounge by the tub with your coffee. What a big
Apparently,
timer.
I need like one of those dog collars but like where it surrounds your waist, so when you drop things, they just fall in there. Freaking mess. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Did you
Yeah.
guys get my? Nobody responded. I sent a group text. Happy Valentine's Day. Nobody said a word.
We all sense the feigned sincerity.
I was gonna say I love you.
Well,
I just thought that might make you uncomfortable.
I mean, the fact that you did not get a response to Happy Valentine's Day might have been an indicator that I love you would have been overdoing it. Might have been overshooting the mark.
I read the room correctly.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, well, let's hear about y'all's weekend when we come back. It's 6:15, the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning on President's Day. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate
too.
all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
2025 is here, and Fayetteville Auto Park is making it easier than ever to elevate your drive during our New Year's sale. Every pre-owned vehicle, hundreds and hundreds to choose from, all with clearance pricing for a limited time. That's right, Fayetteville Auto Park has clearance priced every used car, truck, and SUV in stock. One-owner trades, budget buys, luxury vehicles, off-lease cars, even certified pre-owned, with special finance rates and warranties up to 100,000 miles. Buy now at all 4 Fayetteville Auto Park locations. That's Acura of Fayetteville, Honda of Fayetteville, Toyota of Fayetteville, and Chevrolet of Fayetteville. It's time to drive in 2025, and no one makes it easier than Fayetteville Auto Park. Take advantage of clearance pricing on every pre-owned vehicle now during our New Year's sale. Limited time only at Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
You know, I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. What all y'all service here at Jazzco?
Logos, we do food trucks, cars. We do custom banners, signs for big and small businesses. We do logos, stickers, you name it, we just about do it all right here at Jazzco. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Do you adhere to a budget, Chuck?
Not as well as I should.
Yeah, say.
Some people are like that.
I admire those people.
I'm not one of them.
I need to get on that plane.
I need to get on that plane too.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, anyhow, how was your? I saw Bart treated himself on Valentine's Day. By the
Some
way,
of those cookies,
social media.
some of those $20 cookies.
What was the post, Bart? People were talking about this. What was?
People were talking
Well, yeah.
about
What were
this.
they saying?
I love myself on Valentine's Day, and I'm here to take care of myself, treat myself.
And that involved cookies.
Did you see it? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I saw
Is
it.
it still on there?
No,
somewhere where I can go?
probably not.
So it was on your story, your
Yeah.
Instagram story.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, tell me more. Tell me more about your Valentine's Day.
I went and saw a movie, and then went and got some cupcakes, and then made some dinner. Or not cupcakes, cookies, and made some dinner.
Did you have a bubble bath?
No, I didn't.
Did you have a glass of wine and a candle?
No, I didn't.
You know, I think of myself.
Had some bourbon, though.
I think quite highly of myself. Happy Valentine's Day to me. Honestly, if you can't love yourself, who can you love?
That's true.
I mean, you got to be able to love yourself. You
Well,
got to be nice to yourself. Be the healthiest version of you, Chuck, so that you can be that for others.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. You gonna give me a pep talk?
What do you want to get? What do you want to get into? I was just trying to keep the mood,
well,
festive and light, and I mean, it's big weekend, Valentine's weekend. I just kind of
I enjoyed a nice quiet evening in College Station, Texas.
Oh yeah.
Took a walk around Kyle Field.
Did you go eat at the Republic? Or?
No, we didn't get there until a little later. Took a walk around Kyle Field, came back and went to my room and went to bed. Pretty exciting night.
Yeah. A typical night on the road.
Typical night on the road.
Did you watch some Netflix when you got back?
I
Or
did
Sports
not.
Center
No,
Top 10? What'd you
no,
watch?
I didn't. I don't even think I turned the television on.
Popcorn?
No,
Nothing.
I didn't do that. I went to bed. We had an early tip.
Yeah.
So it was literally a very quiet night.
Wow.
Nothing like yours. And all my clothes were packed. I had no crisis. Everything was smooth. So I really don't have anything to share in terms of that. I mean, I don't have a good story.
Well, how about when you get back on Saturday, Sunday? How was the rest of your weekend?
Well, I was a hermit the rest of the
Yeah?
weekend, pretty much. Yeah.
Well rested.
Well, I don't know
Feel
about
good?
that, but I was a hermit the rest of the weekend.
Yeah. Just kind of, which is your go-to.
That's right.
Okay. How about you, Bart? You didn't watch like the NBA All-Star festivities?
No, I didn't see any of that. No. I got word yesterday that we're going to leave for Auburn today rather than tomorrow because of the weather. So if you want to know the God's honest truth, I washed some clothes and got everything ready for the new week a day before I planned to.
An extra day at Auburn.
Yeah.
You're going to get to go to Toomer's Corner and get a malt.
I know. It's going to be nice down there. 60 degrees, I see, for tomorrow. So that looks pretty
Okay.
good to me.
Wow.
Well, it's snowing here. It's going to be a little warmer.
We got a
there.
noon baseball game today.
Is that right? Is it at noon
Hogs
today?
are 3-0.
They'll get it in.
They've won the first 3 games of this series against Washington State.
I guess they found a pitcher or two, it sounds like. Or maybe they knew they were there, but the rest of us saw.
Yeah, they got a pretty good
Yeah,
staff.
I mean, it's there's some new names.
Yeah.
There's some familiar names too, but yeah, they had a good weekend and sounded like a little dicey in the first game on I guess it was Friday, but they won the game in extras and then kicked them around pretty good, I guess, in the second game.
Yeah. And they play again today at noon. That'll be the 4th game. A high of 45 expected today. But then apparently, let's go to the Chevy Situation Room. Chevy of Fayetteville with the Situation Room, and it's about weather again. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What should we do? What, I'm worried.
Are you?
Well, I got an
Well,
alert.
it's a run on bread and milk.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
sure
there
yesterday
always
was
is.
yesterday was the big shopping day. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because it's going to start in the
Can't
morning.
find a loaf of bread anywhere.
Yeah.
Like you do Walmart Plus, and you get it all set, and you get to check out, and they're like, that'll be here in a week. We're all out. We got to have it delivered from like another state. And you're like, that's not, no, that's, we got a crisis.
Yeah.
I got the alert, Chuck. I don't know if you did. I got the alert on my
Well,
phone.
we've got 2 things going on.
freeze,
Two warnings.
cold
Well, we've got
2
got
warnings.
snow and ice coming.
Well,
not just one.
My alert said extreme cold advisory.
Yeah, well,
until
it's
Thursday at noon.
It's now an extreme cold warning, which is a step up. We've got a winter storm warning. We have an extreme cold warning for parts of our listening area, including here in Northwest Arkansas, where we originate the show. Starting tomorrow, we're looking at anywhere from 4 to 10 inches of snow, depending on elevation, with wind chill values dipping as low as minus 17 degrees.
It's going to be chilly.
Which is stay the hell inside weather.
Whoa. Minus 17. When's that?
At some point during the event, probably overnight.
I
Probably
think
when
Wednesday nights.
Probably when
when
we're
really
trying to get up
Yeah,
and get
the
to
overnight
the
is
studio.
when we come to work.
Yeah.
So, like, how are we? What is the plan?
Don't
Chuck
get
is in
don't get
cozy
frostbite.
Auburn.
Don't get frostbite.
You're gonna be down in the cozy plains, man. We're gonna be trying to figure out how to get in.
Wednesday's going to be the tough
Pipes
morning.
not
and
freezing.
Thursday's going to be the really cold morning.
The issue
Wednesday's the snow morning.
is that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like the temperatures are all
Yes.
going to be below freezing. So this snow, any snow that falls or ice accumulation is going to stick around. It's not going to be like when we had the snow a couple weeks ago. Or in January when it was gone pretty quickly. It melted pretty quickly. This is not going to be like that.
This is going to be real winter right here.
This is going to be real winter, and hopefully the trucks get out and pre-treat the roads and are on top of things. For this thing.
Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, when they are certain it's going to happen, it's not quite as.
It's very true.
It's not quite as bad as first predicted.
We'll keep paying attention to the models and keep you updated.
The models.
I just kind of want to go back to Arizona.
Hey, I was thinking about
Bo's
that.
booking a flight.
Well,
right now.
I mean, I saw the picture of Bo, and I thought, man, it looks warm there.
Well, yeah.
And that was the first thing I noticed was it doesn't look cold there.
Oh.
They look comfortable.
No, it was great.
And that was appealing to me.
Let's go for a walk.
Yeah.
I went a couple of long walks. Just nice.
That was appealing to me.
Well, yeah. But you're
Who
going
is
into
it?
similar weather down on the plains.
A little bit of a difference.
But, man, it's wow. So buckle up. Get ready. Going to be cold. It's tax season. You got to get ready for that, too. It's hard, if you don't know what you're doing or you need some help or you got a lot to deal with, but they can make it easy at H&R Block. You walk in or make an appointment and you get 100% accuracy on your max refund guaranteed. 70 years of tax expertise to work for you at H&R Block. And then you get your deposit and you take it to First Security Bank, the First Security Bank, official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. And then you're all set. What are you going to do with your tax refund, Bart?
I just hope to get one, Bo.
Are you going to gamble?
No.
Did you win any money this weekend?
Yeah, did. I did.
Good.
Had a nice weekend of college basketball.
Treated yourself
betting.
to some cookies?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never really finished the story. What did you do for yourself on Valentine's Day?
Oh, I mean, I think we did finish the story.
Yeah, we
I
did.
think
You bought yourself a box of crumble cookies.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like there really wasn't much of a story
No,
there to begin with.
there really wasn't.
Yeah.
There really wasn't.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No offense taken.
I'm not casting.
There
I
wasn't-
mean,
there
mine
wasn't
was
a
as
story.
boring gets.
I did. I at least left the house. I went and saw a movie and then got some cookies.
I mean, you guys have been doing this long enough to know, like, we need you to have a life for the show. Like, it's content for the show.
Yeah. Well,
I knew what I was doing Friday night was not content for the show, other than, man, Kyle feels really
You got to
big.
make better choices for the show.
Maybe so.
You gotta make better
Maybe
decisions.
so.
How about
Maybe so.
Edward? What did Edward do?
Oh yeah, Edward was going to grill some steaks.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Worked out.
Yeah.
All right.
Steaks
Yeah.
came out good.
Yeah.
Had some dark chocolate dipped strawberries.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Edward's
Watched
over there
a new
thinking, you guys
episode
are a
of
bunch of
Severance
idiots,
on Friday
man.
night.
You guys are just
Yeah.
dumb.
It was a
Yeah.
great weekend.
Yeah.
Great weekend.
Yeah, you got a smile on your face. Yeah.
It's great.
What's that?
It's a big
Life is
smile.
good.
Yeah. It's a good weekend.
I just want to encourage you guys the next time that you get to a weekend, like next Monday, can you have something to tell us about?
Well, not all of us get to jet off to Arizona and leave our suits in a plane, and hang out in a hot tub with a hoodie on and lose our AirPods. Not everyone gets to spend the weekend doing
Just
that.
taking the hoodie off
I'm sorry.
to get into the hot tub.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, lost an AirPod. All right. Well, anyhow, how was your weekend? I just kind of felt like when we share our life together, we're here every morning together, you, the listener, us, the whatever we are. And so if you want to share, please feel free. Great dunk contest. If you missed that, what else happened over the weekend? Got a couple of fights.
Had a
in
bunch
that
of college
USA,
basketball. We had
Canadian
several
hockey game.
fights in the hockey game, and
We had a softball no-hitter.
we had a softball no-hitter.
Robert
Arkansas.
10-0.
That's right. They're
Softball
10-0.
Best
teams-
start in school history.
Best start in school history. I was just going to mention that. It's so true. And the,
Yeah, it's a
the
fact.
Razorbacks are 3-0 in baseball. Game 4 today. All those things. 877-377-6963. Bart's gone to the well, Chuck, at 8 o'clock. We're digging in on
I noticed
Arkansas's
that.
NCAA
I
tournament
noticed that.
chances again.
See,
Well, we're gonna get
here's
the
the
real
thing.
information.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Lenardi's still late Saturday night, even after the game, had Arkansas in among the last 4 in. Now, I'm not saying that what happened Saturday
true.
was good, and I agree that had they won, you could pretty much pencil them in. But just because they lost doesn't mean they're out. Now, here's the thing. I know that people look at conference record, and even Razorback fans look at conference record and go, I don't know if that's an NCAA tournament team or not. I don't know that you can look at them and say right now that, that's a team that, based on what we saw Saturday, is going to make a deep run. I don't know about that. They could, but I think they're going to get in. I still think they're going to get in. I've never thought they weren't. Now, when they were 0-5, I had my doubts, I'll admit. I still think they're going to get in. Now, look, if they, spit the bit the rest of the way, obviously all that stuff's going to take care of itself. But this has been one of those seasons where it's hard to measure progress because every time you take a step up, it seems like you take a step back. Not just for Arkansas, but for everybody. The NCAA tournament's going to be filled with teams that seemingly have just kind of, plodded along. Look at Kansas. Kansas lost to Utah. People are saying Kansas sucks. No, they don't. They're just not as good as they've been. They're still going to be in the NCAA tournament. Now, they may not be a Final Four team, but the NCAA tournament is going to be filled with teams whose fan bases wonder if they're good or not, particularly SEC teams. I think Arkansas is going to get in. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Okay, 877-377-6963. Oh, we had some odds, right? Some buy or sell. We talked about this last week. So you sent a tweet, maybe. One of y'all sent a tweet in the group.
Wasn't me.
We'll get into that when we come back on Arkansas buying. John Rothstein, are you buying or selling Arkansas getting into the NCAA tournament? Chuck and Bo Show at 6:33 on a Monday. Good morning.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatgnomecosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge. If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Word around the SEC, we're soft. They gonna try and come in here and punk us. Nah, we had to fix that.
Left side, Thero. Adu drives the paint, goes up, shot's good.
These guys have fought all year. They have not given up on any game.
Got his own rebound, puts it up and in at the horn, and Arkansas wins.
Your home for every Razorback basketball game. ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Gelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermals, socks, and gloves. For kids, up to men's 4X. Gelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Gelco has plenty of Mr. Heater portable propane heaters and accessories. Come see us at Gelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Gelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
Ty Richardson, we're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we could help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
The The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line Podcast Network and on hitthatline.com. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're telling me it's not about me.
Well, not entirely. Now, don't misunderstand me. It is all about you, but maybe not quite to the degree that we might hope.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Had some app issues on the Hit That Line Now app.
I think it's working
this
now.
Morning.
Working now.
Fueled by Taco Bell. Working now.
I just checked.
I did too.
Wow.
Yours
Maybe we
is
checked at the same time.
Hey, what a
Arch,
time.
yours working. Edward, everybody working.
We've gotten confirmation.
Yeah. 877-377-6963. Charlie's in Camden. Charlie, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Morning.
Good morning.
Well, I'll tell you. I remember the other day I was watching the game, and I think Chuck, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember how much time was left, but the score was 50-50, if I'm not mistaken.
9:24.
Yep, and then from there on, I felt like A&M kind of just, I guess if you could have flushed out everything that happened at that point, but from there on, I thought A&M just kind of, they took control, and their experience, compared to us, I mean, it felt like everything they were getting at that point was much easier than what we were getting. Now, in saying that, A&M's not a good shooting team. They're really not. They just kick your butt on the glass, and I give Arkansas a lot of credit for hanging with them right there on the offensive glass, and on the glass in general. And Arkansas got some offensive rebounds themselves, so that they needed to get. And, my question to you guys is, though, I know Big Z, got pushed around a little bit the other day, but I just thought to myself, and I'm not trying to question Calipari at all. It's not what I'm trying to do, but, is it sometimes you have to battle as a coach, because I know he was getting beat a couple times, he got dunked on, blah, 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 but I don't think it ever affected his game in the sense of, especially offensively, because I don't think this guy right now offensively is in some sort of zone that I don't know if I've ever seen a big man play with at Arkansas, just how he's doing it. The three-point shot at 7-2, it's ridiculous. And one of the more skilled big men we've had, Chuck. I don't know if we've ever had a guy like him that's 7-2 and could shoot like that. You'd have to remind me Connor Vanover could shoot, but, Zeke can do other things.
There's not been one like that. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, we've had some good big men. I'm not knocking any of our bigs in the past, but, yeah. What he's doing is it's ridiculous. And I wonder, as a coach, do you have to battle? Because he was getting pushed around a little bit. I'm not saying he wasn't. But what he could have given us offensively could have maybe countered, some of the issues that he was having on the defensive end. Because I'm not going to just sit here and say he was terrible defensively. He got dunked on a couple of times. But, at least he stands in there and, he keeps playing. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not knocking Jonas. I don't think he was bad. But we still need more from Jonas and TB because if right now it's really difficult for me to be like, Zeke can only play 20 minutes when he's playing the way he's playing.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right.
Yeah, I
get you. Look, you couldn't play Ivisic much Saturday. Every time the guy got the ball at the high post, he was blowing right by him. Wasn't just once or twice. Ivisic put up 5 shots. The 2 threes that he hit came later.
Late in the game.
Yeah,
kind of desperation.
Look, I'm not saying he played a bad game. I'm not saying that at all. He hit 13 and 6, and man, you'd take that every night. It's not the 27 or the 25 that he'd gotten, but he made a decision there to not play him as much based on defense. It was the right decision. Sometimes you just have a matchup that's not in your favor, and man, that was it. And they took advantage of it, and so. There is a balance there, though. I mean, Charlie's right. There's a balance.
Well, Cal talked about maybe mixing the lineup up after the game.
Jonas played the way I needed him to play. The surgery set him back, but Jonas played. I may have to play both of those two together to get the offense, figure out defensively what we're going to do and how we're going to play. And that means Adu maybe take a little more of a back seat.
So Adu may play more. Thiero Adu may play less.
It's about defending the pick and roll with Adu. I mean, he's very good defending the pick and roll, and those are not always things that you notice, right? I mean, you notice when they roll to the basket and get a dunk, but Adu's pretty good in that area. And Charlie was talking about the physicality a minute ago, and the sense of urgency that you could hear in Calipari's voice after the game. It's there now. And I just think Adu, on the defensive end, you can't sub offense for defense the entire game. They did it a lot there at the end, or some there at the end. But he did what he had to do Saturday in terms of the substitutions.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting frustrating to be in the games and not win them, Look,
this was an unranked team going to play the 8th-ranked team in their arena. You want to win. It's frustrating when you have a chance to win and you don't. But step back and look at the big picture for just a second. If it's somebody else and they're going on the road to play the 8th-ranked team in the country and they lose by 8, is anybody floored? Is anybody surprised? Only the fan base of that team's the one that looks at it and goes, I can't believe they lost that game. Look, and I'll say what I said a little bit earlier. It's frustrating right now, and I get it. Saturday, the kind of game just drives you nuts. But they're going to have 5 games on this back end, and 3 of them are going to be at home. And I can state the obvious and say you got to win more than you lose, but everybody understands that. Missouri, Texas, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. That's how you close. You got 2 in a row, Bud Walton Arena, Missouri and Texas. Those are really important games. Do 2 wins there get you in? That in South Carolina, I think the answer is yes.
877-377-6963. If you want to get in here, you text or call the show, the Chuck and Bo Show. It's 6:45. I told you the other day, or I've told you a few times, that my son and daughter-in-law bought a house.
They did.
It happened, I'm going to say, like start to finish, it's going to have been 3 weeks to a month. The day they started looking to the day they're going to close, which is later this week. Thanks to our friends at Weichert.
They do a great job. I mean, they really do get you from contract to close. It's not just a slogan at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been doing it a long time. As Bo's son found out, when you're a first-time home buyer, for example, there are programs out there, there's money out there that you didn't know was there that'll help you get into your home more easily and help you financially. They know all about that. When you deal with a professional real estate agent, those are the things that they know like the back of their hand, and that benefits you. And when it comes time to sell your home, There's nobody out there that's going to be able to find you a qualified buyer and get the price that you want for your home like Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Again, they've been doing it since 1978, and you can log on. Check out their vast selection of homes at WeichertGriffin.com.
President's Day, the Chuck and Bo Show, 646. Good morning.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a Flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant. Ready or not, it is tax season, but luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. You're following idiots.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith, or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howell in Van Buren.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I was really dorky. I'm sure it's a shock for you guys to
is
realize
that right?
Oh, I was a total dork.
What a great story.
No, now I'm an older dork.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Tax season, Chuck. If you still haven't filed, your neighborhood H&R Block is open and available. Put 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you and get those taxes squared away at H&R Block today. Well, how are people feeling about Razorback basketball? I mean, anytime you lose, you're not really upbeat about it. And I think what we've said, we are reactive game to game, and when you lose, it doesn't feel great, obviously, but the narrative hasn't really changed, right? Like we knew what the gauntlet was going to be. We know what has to happen, we think, for them to make the NCAA tournament. And so it's like we're playing games, but they don't really mean anything unless you win. But what's weird is when you lose, you're not out. It's almost like you're getting free shots. That's what's weird. It's like you're getting free shots.
When you play in a conference whose metrics are as high as the SEC's, that's the end result when you get toward the tail end of the season, is you play games that if you win, you're in the tournament. If you lose, you're not out, but you still got work to do. And my sense, and I may be completely off base on this, is that a lot of people are dubious of whether or not the SEC is as good as the national guys say it is, in part because they said the same thing during football season and they weren't standing at the end. I think we've gotten to the point now in college sports where your conference really isn't great unless you have a national champion. Now, if there's an SEC team that wins the national championship this year, every fan base in the league is going to go into it next year. Our league is so much better than everybody else's. But look at football. You don't win the national championship, and everybody's talking about, is the SEC down? Has the Big Ten passed it? Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. I don't know. But I do think that part of the reaction in basketball, not just in our fan base, but in everybody's fan base in the league except Auburn and Alabama, they're just a little bit dubious of what they're saying out there. I do know this, Chevy of Fayetteville. It's your one-stop automobile headquarters. This is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas. That means they sell more Chevys than anybody else. Now, they've been involved in our community for 25 years. That's what's given them staying power, community involvement, part of our local schools, big supporters. You'll see their signs on the scoreboards when you go watch games. They're big supporters of the Razorbacks and have been for many, many years. They've got a large selection of pre-owned Chevys, too. It's not just the new ones. So come see Chris Mark in Denver, the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Chevy, the official truck of the Chuck and Bo Show. It's President's Day. It's also National Pancake Week and National Random Acts of Kindness Day.
Michael Jordan's birthday.
Happy birthday to 23. Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals.
Third base coach talks to the runner. He goes back to position. Hidden ball tree at its finest, gentlemen. Third out of the inning.
And that'll do it for the Rebels in the top of the fifth inning. The old hidden ball trick for Clemson leads the third and final out. We're back after this from the Shriners Children's College Showdown.
Third base coach talks to the runner. He goes back to position.
And my new sunglasses
hidden ball
are
tree.
Great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon in the low to mid-40s. We will see cloudy skies tonight. Overnight lows will drop down into the mid-20s, expecting to see about 4 to 6 inches of snow across the north Tuesday into Tuesday night. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Wagner paints.
It's time to start the year strong at Heartland Honda Power Sports and Marine. Don't miss our first huge sale in 2025, featuring unbeatable discounts and exclusive incentives on many of your favorite Honda rides, like Honda Ranchers, Honda Pioneers, and Honda Goldwing, plus so much more. Whether you're tackling trails or cruising in style, we've got the perfect ride for you. Visit Heartland Honda in Springdale today and make 2025 your best year yet. Heartland Honda, work hard, play hard. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda ATVs side-by-sides are 16 years and older.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
At Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
It's kind of like when you put Waze in your phone, do you update? Like, is there a car? Is there a cop? Is there any of that stuff? Like, or do you just take it?
No.
You just take it.
No, I don't.
Just take it.
I don't like post, hey, cop, speed check reported ahead.
Chuck involved in a fender bender. Policeman shows up. What happened? Well, I was trying to alert people that you were here.
That's right. I looked down to alert people on my Waze app that you were up here waiting, and something happened.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's start on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Man, this is one of those Mondays, man.
Yeah.
It is
it's President's Day.
It's
It's
a
a
Monday.
holiday.
President's
Well,
Day.
I didn't know we were supposed to be
Everyone's
off
taking
today.
a day off mentally.
You and I were supposed to be off.
I didn't realize
know.
that either.
I did not realize it.
I'm going to be honest.
We missed
and
the memo.
This may be a commentary on me, but I did not realize today was President's Day until last night when I watched the local news and it listed all the places that were going to be closed.
I didn't either.
Really?
Until I was
Well, I don't
in
feel
here
so
and
bad
You said it
then.
on
You
air.
don't look on your Google Calendar and just kind of see the week and all. Well, I guess that would
Normally
apply
I
last
do
night.
things like that, but I was so preoccupied with, all the weather that's going to come in, reading all the forecasts, and trying to figure out how much snow we were going to get.
An extreme cold weather warning from now until noon on Thursday, but somehow it's going to get up to like 45 today.
Today is going to be, supposedly, from what I read, the high tomorrow will be at midnight. Like midnight Tuesday morning is going to be the high. It's going to drop throughout the day.
So tonight will be the high of
Tonight
tomorrow.
at midnight.
Oh.
When the clock strikes Tuesday morning at 12, whatever the temperature is then.
Yeah.
May be the warmest it is over the next 24
When
hours.
President's Day officially ends.
That's right.
Today.
And Tuesday
As
begins.
we make the turn into Tuesday. That will be as warm as it is. Midnight will be as warm as it is.
That's the
It's
word on
high.
the street. That's
That'll
what
it's
I'm
only
hearing
getting
among
colder
my weather
from
friends.
midnight. It's just like straight drop off.
Well.
And it's going to get so cold. They're going to be selling
How cold?
soup on a stick on street corners. It's going to be so cold.
That's pretty cold.
Well, I mean, it is going to be.
Like
I
saw 5 below on Wednesday night.
Do you have your Pascal stuff all lined out?
It's all ready.
Ready to go?
Everything's ready to
You
go.
Make sure that you got the HVAC system rolling.
Got to leave
heater,
got to leave the water
hot
dripping.
water heater. All of that.
Got to leave the water dripping too.
Yeah, we need to have somebody on tomorrow.
I
We need
know.
a local, somebody that's.
I need
like
someone
one
to
of the
tell me to
authorities.
put my blanket and coat in the car.
Yes.
So I'll be okay.
We got to have somebody in. Got to have somebody on tomorrow to give us all the things. We'll be the local news tomorrow morning if we can make it in. Chuck,
Tomorrow's not going to be a problem. Wednesday's going to be the
Wednesday's
problem.
going to be the worst day.
Wednesday's going to be the problem.
That's the hunker down.
Tuesday overnight.
The snow and the ice are going to begin during the course of the day tomorrow, from what I read. And then Wednesday morning is going to be the day that you guys are texting back and forth, and Edward's going, I don't know if I can get in from
Right.
Cave Springs.
Yeah. And I'm going to be like, I don't know if I can get in from Fayetteville.
Yeah, and so
you're going to be able, I'm here in Auburn.
I'm going to be in Auburn.
In a hotel room.
And I'm going to say, you guys just let me know what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's probably how it's going to go.
Steady Eddie, Chuck.
Because
just here.
Razorbacks are going to leave today is what it boils down to. They're going to get out of here before the snow hits so they can get the game in. And so they'll spend tonight and tomorrow night, and I hope not Wednesday night, in Auburn. We'll just see.
So you're going to have an extra night in Auburn, at least an extra night.
At least one.
Make big plans.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing like, a free day in Auburn, Alabama.
So anywhere from 4 to 10 inches of snow expected, mostly in northwest Arkansas. So in other parts of our state, hopefully you're not going to have to deal with this.
Sleet's going to be a problem in some places, which is even worse than snow.
I need the state weather map. I don't want anybody to be left out here. We'll do that as we move forward throughout the week. We'll go to the situation room.
Visual aids. Well, we have visual aids on the
do we think
YouTube.
We're really getting 4 to 10 inches of snow.
So that's now listen.
With wind chills dipping as low as minus 17. Are we in Wisconsin?
Saturday night when we got back from A&M, I looked at the forecast. It was saying 6 to 10 inches. And then yesterday it goes to 3 to 6. And then I see 2 to 7. And then I see 4 to 10.
It's all over the place.
And so it's going to snow apparently, but and it's going to accumulate. But how much? How much is a whole different deal.
Yeah. So Arkansas basketball lost over the weekend at A&M. Turned it over too many times. That's we can talk about.
Well, and they gave up baskets after they turned it over too.
Can't turn it over and then turn into points.
Live ball turnovers generally turn into baskets.
17 turnovers, 22 points for A&M.
They were minus 15 in points off turnovers.
Jeez Louise.
And that's the deal.
Had their chances.
And that's why everybody was frustrated when it was over. Now, look, A&M's in the top 10 for a reason. I don't know if you noticed this, by the way. You said something a minute ago about where people are on basketball, and I was talking about just kind of fan bases in general. The NCAA came out with their top 16 teams, kind of like they do in football. They start ranking them. Kentucky was ranked 10th. Now, Kentucky's 500 in the league right now after losing? They're a 500 team, but they're 10th. Nationally, as the NCAA ranks the teams for the NCAA tournament, that should tell you right there about the strength of the league. And that's why Arkansas is not dead, despite what people believe after a loss. They're not dead. The conference, for better or worse, and look, we'll see how it all plays out in the tournament. But the conference is so highly ranked right now and so highly rated. When did you ever think somebody like Jay Billis, as pro-ACC as it gets, I mean, this is as Duke as it gets, when guys like that are saying this is the best conference maybe in the history of college basketball, and then you see a team like Kentucky, ranked 10th, in terms of the NCAA standings, their metrics. This is kind of like the poll that comes out in football. It becomes the only one that matters. It tells you how highly thought of the conference is, and that's the reason I don't think Arkansas is dead by a long shot.
Yeah, they're not dead, but at the same time, it's hard to get your brain around the idea that losing games isn't bad.
And I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not.
But if you look at the standings, you got Auburn 11-1 and Alabama 10-2. They had a pretty good game. Alabama came up short. You got Florida 9-3, A&M 9-3, Missouri 8-4, Tennessee's got 8 wins, Ole Miss, Kentucky 6-6.
Right.
With Mississippi State.
Right.
In the middle of the conference.
Right.
And Arkansas they've got 4 teams below them with a 4-8 conference record. They got 4 teams in the league below them. You win 6-7 games, I think we're still believing that you're probably in, given the schedule you have.
7 games, I still firmly believe, gets Arkansas into the NCAA tournament. Now, look, that means you're going to have to beat some good teams. And look, I'd love for them to beat Auburn Wednesday night. I think when you look at Missouri and Texas back-to-back at home, huge games. South Carolina's a game you can't lose. You don't really gain anything by winning, but it's catastrophic if you don't.
Got a free shot Wednesday night.
Got a free shot.
But then it gets real. Like there's no we're getting to the point where there's no more free shots.
Well,
after that.
and I think that led to some of Calipari's response after the game that when he's saying it's not okay. When you say we're going to be all right, basically what I'm hearing and all that is we are to the point in the season where there's got to be a sense of urgency. We've talked about this before. It is a long season. Basketball season is too long. If you make the Final Four, you will have played games for over 5 months, counting that exhibition game everybody plays in October. There's an ebb and a flow to it. But if you're a good team, when you get to that final 6 weeks, that's money time. I mean, that's playoff time, so to speak. We watch it all the time in the pros, veteran teams particularly, find ways to win when the money's on the table, so to speak. And I think we're entering that part. We are. I don't think. It's obvious. We're entering that part of the college basketball season. I think that was the message after the game was, there's everything matters a lot more now than it did a month ago.
Here is Cal after the game.
We had a great heart-to-heart in there. I just did. I had them come in the other locker room, and I needed to say it, and then they got to respond to it. But I said it. And it wasn't mean. I wasn't cussing. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't. Matter-of-factly, look, do you understand this was the game? So it's not okay. This was it. And you had your chance. The crowd was quiet. No, you don't understand. I said to my team, I don't hear anything. We were in great shape. And then turnover, out-of-bounds play, boom, miss an offensive rebound, immediately kick it out. We turn it over. They make a three, and all of a sudden you're looking 7 or 8. What just happened? We've done that a couple times. Not many, but we've done it a couple times.
That's what they got to eliminate.
Well, and that's winning basketball.
But it's something maybe different in every game.
Right.
But these things that pop up that are creating this, you basically drag victory away from yourself. That they've had these opportunities, and they got to convert on these opportunities. Free shot against Auburn, number 1 team in the country, maybe the best team in the country. Maybe they've
been so far, no doubt,
to win it all. But you can play with anybody. But regardless of whether you're playing against Auburn or you're playing against another top 15 or top 25 team, you still have to play, like you said, winning basketball. And they're still figuring some things out. Still figuring out how to play without Boogie. I mean, that's the first time I felt like it really showed up in a handling the ball kind of way. Like 11 turnovers among your 3 guards that are responsible for taking care of the ball. And then a Vicic, when you go score 25 and 27 consecutively, what's going to happen? You're getting the attention of the next opponent. Mm-hmm. Like they're going to attack you on both ends. And he got some, stat stuffers late, but they got to figure out, as we've said, they got to figure out Adu. They got to figure out, like, every time they get something going, that's going to be the opponent's desire. Like, that's going to be their focus to stop. So you got to play complete. 7-14. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Tell us about Paschal, Chuck.
Well, this is the week that you want everything to work well, I'll tell you that. And Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, this is what they do. They give you peace of mind. And right now, they're giving you an opportunity to save money, too. Essentially, what it boils down to, if you've got a faulty heating system, let's say, you can buy now and you can pay later. What that means is when your tax money comes in, that's when you pay for it. And you get warm right now. Be warm and comfortable today and pay later when your tax return comes in. It's the smart way to stay comfortable without the upfront hit to your wallet. Now, let me tell you about this with Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, too. Their price check button. It lets you compare other companies' quotes with Paschal's pricing. Sometimes if a deal looks too good to be true, it is. There are hidden fees. The product's not as good. You don't want that. So you can check that out as well when you go to gopaschal.com.
Can you believe Jordan is 62?
Yeah,
Michael Jordan's 62.
I know.
Is that surprising?
Considering that's my age, and he can probably still dunk, and I've never been able to.
I don't know. I don't know if he can still dunk.
I bet he can.
You think?
Yeah, he's 6'6",
When was the last time you think he tried?
He doesn't look like he...
When I see him walking around, it doesn't look like he's trying to jump at all.
No, it doesn't. But I'll bet he could if he had to. Did you see where he showed up in Dallas the other night for the Mavericks game to hug it out with Nico Harrison?
No, I didn't see
I guess to give him the seal of approval. Jordan doesn't make a lot of appearances anymore, and but he was there. They were hugging it up, and didn't stop him from booing, but they were hugging it up.
Greatest of all time, the actual GOAT.
Well, yeah,
like of all sports. Well, you can't say anybody's better than Michael Jordan at anything, right?
Well, it's a different skill set and the whole deal. No, I'm not going to say that because I watched him fail at baseball. So I'm not going to say he's the greatest athlete all across all sports.
I don't mean it like that. I mean like there's no bigger icon in sports.
Well, I agree with that.
In any sport. Like the greatest football player doesn't come close to Michael Jordan's iconic status. The greatest baseball player doesn't come close to Michael. Am I wrong? Am I not thinking through who would even be in the conversation?
There's probably only one other person in the conversation.
Muhammad Ali?
Well, I was going to say Tiger Woods, but
you have different. I think Tiger Woods was as dominant in his sport, maybe more so than what Michael was in his during both of their heydays.
Well, like I'm talking about like being part of like the just the culture.
I'm saying iconic. Yeah, iconic though. Like the shoe brand and all that. Like Michael Jordan is the biggest name in sports history.
Yeah, without question.
Okay. All right.
Without
Just want to make sure we're on the same page. And,
and it's not remotely close,
it's like
I don't
Chuck and broadcasting. 7:17 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about Phil.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge.
And I listen in every day. Everybody know that. I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
Looking to upgrade your boat? Now's the time with Honda Marine Buyer's Choice Sales Event. Choose up to $2,000 in instant savings or a 36-month Honda Care Protection Plan. That's extra coverage worth up to $44.60 included at no extra cost. This offer applies to all new 40 to 350 horsepower Honda Marine outboards now through March 31st, 2025. Don't miss this limited time deal at Heartland Honda Power Sports Marine in Springdale. Save big or get extra peace of mind. The choice is yours. Visit Heartland Honda Power Sports Marine today. Exit 72 from I-49 just north of Cracker Barrel.
Hey, it's Phil Elson. James Teague with the Teague Law Firm is back for another season on Halftime, Fridays at 12:15. Sometimes families have disputes just like baseball teams. You need someone in your bullpen to help with guardianships, adoption, and child support. The Teague Law Firm is that go-to reliever, and they can help with criminal law such as traffic offenses, DWIs, and more. Call James and the Teague Law Firm at 479-877-1688. Online at teague-law.com. The Teague Law Firm. If they can't help you, they'll talk baseball.
He struck him out swinging.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Great point, Bo.
Thank you.
I'm Chuck. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. I'm going to start taking credit. Like when you make a great point, I'm going to call myself
All
Chuck.
right, fair enough.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'd like to just tip of the cap for our good friend Mac McClung.
Yeah.
Mac McClung won the dunk contest over the weekend. Tip of the cap to him. Really,
I woke up
really
thinking
nice
about that.
performance. I mean, he had cars out there.
Cool.
He was jumping over people. The guy's like, I mean, he can't be more than like 6'2", and he's just jumping out of the gym. I mean, what an athlete. What a dunker of the basketball.
He's like a TikTok sensation, man. He's played in 5 NBA games his entire career.
He's won more.
But
in
he's
dunk
synonymous
contest.
with the dunk contest.
He shouldn't be in the dunk contest.
He's won. Okay, hold on. Well,
He shouldn't be in the dunk contest.
On that, we'll talk about it. But like,
he's not in the NBA.
He's got his career earnings playing basketball, Chuck, $132,000.
Most of that's from winning the dunk contest.
No. His dunk contest earnings $310,000.
Wow.
He's more than doubled his career earnings playing basketball in the dunk contest. And I hear you guys all sound so like old school.
I'm very cynical about
like,
Mac McClung.
he shouldn't even be in there.
Well, he shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be. He's not an NBA player. There are tons of people out there who are better dunkers than Mac McClung.
Bring 'em in.
Who aren't in the NBA.
Well, let's just get Carl from Rucker Park.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just get Carl and bring him over there. And, I mean, let's just have Joe Everyman. Let's just have the Joe Everyman dunk contest.
Now, here's what I'll say.
Yes to all of that. I'm in.
Here's what I'll say. Mac McClung may have inadvertently saved the dunk contest.
Inadvertently? Very intentionally.
And no. Because I'll tell you why. Because a conversation has now been started among some of the league's best players who are tired of this and said,
well, it's
hey,
their fault.
Hey, okay, I think I want to be in the dunk contest.
They're sick of watching Mac McClung.
Well, guess what? Guess what?
Yeah.
The NBA lost me on All-Star Weekend a long time ago because the stars quit showing up for the dunk contest.
No, and it's LeBron's fault. It's like
It
it all
is.
goes.
Everything is LeBron's
No, it all goes back to LeBron. LeBron was the first
it
guy.
Always goes back to LeBron.
Well, when you're the needle mover,
he was the first guy, the first like big name, no doubt. This guy's going to be in the dunk contest guy to turn it down. And that started a precedent of guys saying, well, it's not that important anymore. We're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Nobody's doing it. And now all of a sudden you have a bunch of random guys you've never heard of in the dunk contest.
how's our audio level, Edward? Bart's yelling. Are we peaking?
I turned them down.
You got the meter situation? Because we were talking about the needle.
I'm being dead serious.
I know
Like
you are.
I think you're right.
It's LeBron's
And you're
fault
also
that it
proving
became
my
what
point
it is.
that little Mac needs to, like, it's not his fault. Like, good for him.
No. I'm not blaming him.
He should be in there because nobody else wants to be.
I don't think he should be in there, but it's not his fault.
I'd say bring in whoever wants to.
And I think
if you can dunk
inadvertently,
and you're good,
we might see this switch back to the way it should be with the biggest names, the best dunkers in the NBA.
All I know
Get him in there.
is when I turn on the TV and it's there. I have not been watching it much in the past, and it got my attention on Saturday.
It's because it's a little short guy.
Well,
it's the same reason. It's the same reason we got fired up when Spud Webb won it years ago.
Okay.
You got a little guy that shouldn't be able to do what he does.
Robinson.
You got a 6'2" white kid who can't even make an NBA team, and he's out there dunking, and people like watching that. And because there's really not anything else about the NBA All-Star Game that's attractive.
That's right.
I mean,
That's what I'm
there's
saying.
absolutely nothing out there.
So it's attractive, and I like it.
Here's the
And
deal.
I'm for it.
I mean,
because it's fun to watch.
Big picture. And Adam Silver's NBA, things like All-Star Weekend have been a joke. Now, if David Stern came back to life and would run the NBA the way he ran it,
the NBA.
I'm going to sound like an old man,
quite well.
but it's doing quite well. But it could be doing better.
That may be true too. It's just it hasn't captured my attention lately. Like not the All-Star Weekend. It doesn't have my attention. But I saw that and I was like, oh, this is great. I mean, I just happened to be at a restaurant and it was on, and I was like, oh, cool. Look at that. I found myself watching it.
I'm kind of like Bart. I
I
don't
even
know
the
if
last
I've watched
time-
the dunk contest.
I don't know the last time
recall.
an actual All-Star participated in the dunk contest.
There's no Dominique Wilkins out there.
Like, you've got to go back to 2018 when Donovan Mitchell won for the last time that, like, a person that people might know was involved in the dunk contest.
We've gotten a little carried away, and you said it, and I heard it explained very well on a national show this morning. LeBron has done so much for the NBA and so much for basketball, and he's also done so much for NBA players who can go play a game, put on a suit, be in a boardroom, be in a business meeting, run an organization, have a business now. So congratulations to all of that. But also what's come along with that is like becoming more of a celebrity businessman and less of a entertainer as a basketball player, where it's like, oh, I got to manage my minutes, I got to manage my time, I got to manage all these things. This is like the friend era of the NBA. When Jordan was playing, it was like the competitive era of the NBA. And again, the NBA's fine. They got plenty of viewers. They're not going away. They're signing bigger deals, more people than ever. But in terms of what like I want to watch and enjoy, like when do you turn on an NBA game and you're like, wow, they're really competing here? Like
the numbers are down.
This is a throwdown.
NBA television
wow.
ratings are down, and the contracts in the near future are going to reflect that. There's not as much viewership right now as there was 2 or 3 years ago when these old contracts, a lot of those were signed. LeBron's a great player, and I do think he unfairly gets blamed for a lot of stuff, but he's the one that introduced load management to the NBA, and this is all designed, and it goes with what you said a minute ago about these guys being business entities now. This is about making your career another 3 or 4 years long. I mean, you're just lengthening careers just so they can, and I say just, I mean, I'd want to do it too, so you can make another $25, $30 million annually. By lengthening these careers, they can make another $100 million.
Yeah.
But that's what load management's all about, and that's why LeBron introduced it. And that is the one thing he's done that I wish we could take back. But I don't think anyone should argue about how great a player he is.
Look, I mean, sometimes there's no wrong or right, and it just is the way that it is. And I can't blame NBA guys getting ahead on their futures, but it just used to be that guys worried about that after their career, and they really focused on their career. And that was what we all loved to watch. And the unintended consequence can be, like, the product's not as good. And listen, it's just my opinion. Like, it's just what I enjoy watching. Like, same could be said for TikTok and social media. Like, what I like to watch and what you like to watch might not be the same thing. But that is, without a doubt, it's not up for debate, I don't think. It has changed. That much is for sure true. It's just a matter of do you like it or not. But the NBA All-Star Weekend is a result of all that. And not having enough, like, really good people in the dunk contest is why we get our good friend Mac. Mac McClung.
Do you know him personally?
Well, I mean, I think I could get to him. We could probably have him on the show. Like, his number's probably listed on, like, his Facebook page. Hey, it's tax season. H&R Block's here for you. Ready or not, you got to get ready. Luckily, H&R Block has 70 years of tax prep expertise that goes to work for you. You can breathe easy and file with confidence at H&R Block. Just find one around the corner. H&R Block here for you. 7:30 on the Chuck and Bo Show. President's Day. Good morning.
I don't like getting up early in the mornings. I mean, even to go duck hunting, but I do get up every morning now to listen to you guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
It's hog season.
Breaking pitch. He struck him out swinging.
Cackle strikes out the side.
Souza drives this pitch to deep center field. Bubba Carpenter, get yourself the largest star you've ever seen. I think he hit that ball about 460 feet. My God.
They're on a mission. This team wants to make sure that we get to the end.
He's on his way home. The Hogs win. Head first to the plate.
Listen to the crack of the bat and the pop of the glove all year long.
Listen to every Razorback baseball game on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountainburg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. Cecil, this is the one-stop shop.
Yes, Jazzco Graphics Design, the one-stop shop, 2415 Midland, for your customer buck order.
Why ESPN 95.3?
I really enjoy listening in, and it keeps my day going while I'm at work. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Oh man, I got revved up.
I know you did. Both of you did.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get revved up on something different.
You guys got so fired up, I started sweating. You know, and I wasn't doing anything in that segment.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I thought Cal was pretty demonstrative after the game. You know, he usually is.
Cussing.
Yeah. He just had a lot to say, and also kind of was clear that he felt like they let one get away. This is a little bit of a long cut, but I think it really sums up what he's feeling, what you're feeling, what everyone's kind of feeling. Against the backdrop of, hey, we're still in this thing. You're still on the bubble. You still got a chance to make the NCAA tournament, and none of that's really changed, but you got to win a game.
Normally, you say you are what your record says you are. But in this league, the way this is, you just got to get it going at the right time. And I thought we did. And Alabama's, they're really good too. This team is really good. Guess what? We had a chance at both of them. But we didn't. And for us to bust through, we're going to have to beat somebody. We can say what we want. Like, I wanted to make sure they weren't happy we're going to be okay. No. If we won that game, say it. We're in the tournament. If we won that game, we're in the tournament. So it's not okay to say we'll be all right. Now, you're going to have to go get somebody else. I didn't want to put that on them because I got some guys a little bit fragile, so I'm having to hold them accountable but keep picking them up.
How about that? I got some guys that are a little bit fragile. Like, that's not great.
Well, I think that, you know, we saw some guys Saturday that, you know, seemed maybe the moment swallowed them up there for a little bit. I don't think that's been a regular occurrence. Team generally does not turn it over, but boy, they did Saturday, and it cost them. And what was frustrating was, you know, I'll just take this Garcia kid as an example, who I think is maybe the most underrated player in the SEC. He goes for 11-5 on Saturday. You know, last year he had 27 rebounds in 2 games against Arkansas. He had 15 in one, 12 in the other. Couldn't find any way to keep him off the glass. Arkansas kept him off the glass for the most part. They did what you have to do to beat Texas A&M. They just turned the ball over. Texas A&M's pretty good defensively, and Buzz's teams are always like this. You look at them, and I've done this for 5 years. Every time I watch them play, I think, you know, they're really not that good. They can't shoot. Their best offense is shoot it and go get it. I think that every time I watch them play. And yet there they are at the end of the year. And because, as a caller pointed out earlier, it's 50-50 with 9.5 to go. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, what they did the rest of the way. I think they went off on a 14-3 run right after that, and that was pretty much it.
Here's Cal talking about A&M.
We're playing teams that have been together, and we're throwing guys together. I had no team. No excuses. I still think I got a good group. But we had no team, no staff, no schedule, nothing. And Buzz, his number one thing was retention. And guess what? It's paid off.
All right, I want to get into this for a second. Auburn, you mentioned right before we came back from the break, Chuck, you were talking about 14-2 in quad one games. That's Auburn. 14-2. They played 16 quad one games, and they're 14-2. Now, how many guys on that roster were there last year? How many guys on A&M's roster were there last year? Show me a roster that's brand new that is killing it in college basketball right now. For all this talk about NIL and money and transfer portal, how many rosters are brand new and killing it and crushing it, and they're, boy, really, really good? You know, we all act like we can fix things quick. Football, basketball, the transfer portal just allows anybody to be good now. I'm not so sure that's been the case. I mean, with rare exception, the teams that are winning, Ohio State in football, Auburn in basketball, have retention, and they have chemistry, and they've got veterans, and they've been around, and that's still what wins, along with awesome talent.
Well, that does. Now, I don't think it's an either-or. Too many people make this out to be an either-or. There has to be a blend. You know, like, look, for example, at Texas A&M's roster. Coleman, Taylor, Obaseki, Washington, Garcia, Hefner, holdover guys. But they don't win without Pharrell Payne, guy that transferred from Minnesota. They don't win without Zurich Phelps, who transferred in from SMU. They don't win without Wilcher, who transferred in from Nebraska. So you do have to have transfers. The idea that you're just going to be able to field a team and keep them together without the portal, that's wrong.
That's right.
But for some coaches, I won't say for all of them, everybody's got their way of doing it, but for some coaches, and Buzz is one of them, retention works. Now, you know, the thing that they've done well there, every time I watch Manny Obaseki play, I think, man, there's 15 guards in the league better than him. Every time I watch Solomon Washington play, I think that's not exactly a skilled big man. Garcia, I just think he's the most underrated player in the league. My point is,
leads the league in head fakes.
Yeah, well, none of these guys are world beaters. None of these guys are world beaters, but they've been with them, and they know what their coach is going to say. They know what he's going to do. They understand how it works, and then you bring in the pieces.
That's right.
And
I agree with all that.
I think that too often, though, as fans, we look at it and say, this is an either-or. Either you build your team from the ground up and you keep them forever, or you bring in a new squad every year.
Well, when we've talked about in the past, Arkansas having all this brand new, the entire roster, the whole organization, everything brand new, we get from some fans back. What we get is, hey, everybody's doing that every year now, and that's not true. Like, the ideal situation is maybe you bring in 2 or 4 transfer players to add to your roster. But when Van Horn talked about it a week ago, the guys that he had coming back this year, Diggs, Aloy, you know, some of those guys, just having them as glue and culturally for the rest of your roster is huge. And for Arkansas, everything's brand new. And that's not an excuse. It's just a reality. And now they've got 6 games left. A lot of the analytical sites say they'll be 3-3 over that stretch. I think that's enough to get them in. At 8 o'clock, we're going to talk to David Warlock, who is the NCAA Director of Media Coordination, Statistics and Media Coordinator for March Madness, and we'll get his opinion on if 7 wins would get Arkansas in.
Arkansas is essentially in the same spot with the net today as they were before the game tipped off on Saturday.
Which is amazing.
But that's the strength of the league, and it's because you played a team that's so much higher than you in the net rankings, just like is going to be the case tomorrow night, or Wednesday night, I'm sorry. If Arkansas loses that game, their net's not going to take a hit. And look, I'm going to tell you this, and we talk about this in football all the time. If you're an unranked team and you're playing a number 1, number 5, number 8 team at their place, and you play them within 5-8 points, I think you're a good team. I think you're a better team that plays in a mid-major conference and goes 14-2 in the league because you've been beating up on Wisconsin Green Bay all year long. I think those teams are better. Just like I think that in football, I think teams that come out of the SEC or the Big Ten with 1 or 2 conference losses are better than teams that may run the table in the Big 12 or the ACC. I know that's a different debate and a different sport, but I think those metrics matter. And I think sometimes we get caught up in the idea that every time you lose, you're not any good. Sometimes you've lost because you played a great team.
877-377-6963. You can text, call. What are your thoughts on Arkansas basketball? I think people are struggling a little bit because it's just like you don't know how to feel. Because normally when you're not winning games, that's an awful, awful sign, and it's certainly not good. But it's not tragic yet. It's not over. It's not death. It is not. You're not out yet. You've got everything ahead of you to still play for, and 500 the rest of the way is probably good enough. Hey, some of us don't want just good enough. You want to feel better. You want to have the energy to go be your best self every day. And the Sweat No Madge is all about helping you do that. Guys, we face challenges all the time with our health and vitality, and as men, sometimes we're just like, well, it's just I got to just suck it up and get through it. And that's admirable, but there may be help for you to not make it just a white-knuckle situation for you. Get coached up, get a game plan, figure out what can be done to help you, because there are lots of options. And that's what the Sweat No Madge is all about. Get your free evaluation. The Sweat No Madge at Sweatnum Cosmetics. SweatnumCosmetic.com. Go there, click on the Sweat No Madge, and see if they can help you feel better today. It's the Chuck and Bo Show, President's Day, Monday, 7:46. Good morning. Touching the hearts of Arkansans, the passive-aggressive Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, PRECIDENT. We'd love to help.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
When is the last time you thought, Oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. Limbird.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Looking for the best way to save big this winter? WT Equipment has you covered with exclusive winter savings on Workmaster and Boomer compact tractors from New Holland. Choose your deal. 0% financing for 72 months or get a free loader with your tractor purchase. These powerful, fuel-efficient tractors are built for hard work and year-round reliability. And now, they come with unbeatable savings. Hurry in to WT Equipment before March 31st to lock in your deal. Visit us today or call 479-442-8284 for details.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I've known you for 25 years. I've never seen you hug anybody.
Well, I am a hugger, but just not in this room. Just not here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I think I know what the deal is. I think I figured it out. We just went through our first Sunday since the summer without football. Everything was so strange yesterday. I know this is the time of year when you get things done on Sundays. Let me just state for the record, I don't like getting things done on Sundays. I like laying around on Sunday. It's a day of rest. It's biblical. I like to rest on Sunday. I don't like to get stuff done.
Fair.
So what do you watch? I mean, you got hockey. I'm not really into hockey, although, the fights are good.
Yeah.
And
when they drop the puck and immediately drop their sticks, and they're we're going to fight.
I mean, that was, I didn't see it live, I got to admit. I watched it via tape later. And I didn't really pay much attention. I didn't pay much attention to women's basketball.
Like a channel on via tape.
I know, yeah. I didn't watch the women's basketball games yesterday, although I know they were marquee matchups. One of them was a rout, and the other's a good game. But that interrupts my Sunday afternoon nap time, so I missed a lot of it. And I couldn't give a rip about the NBA All-Star game. There's no football on, and I just felt lost. I felt lost all day. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't know what happened to the NBA All-Star game, like with the 40-point games. I don't even.
It's busted.
I'm not even going to talk about it. I don't even. But
I don't even think they play a game anymore.
It's not worth talking about.
They played half court, make it take it. I mean, it's crazy.
They played like a mini tournament.
No, it's weird. It was
dumb.
But you had golf. You had golf on. With Scheffler make a run.
Hence the Sunday afternoon nap.
Oberg won.
I mean, golf's okay.
Great finish. But, I mean, it was very confusing. But I would say, you're moving into that time of year, that nothing spells a Sunday afternoon nap like PGA.
There was no baseball game yesterday.
Well, I mean, it does. You turn it on,
you're right.
You get in your recliner, and you kind of drift in and out. And then hopefully you wake up in time to watch a scintillating finish.
Golf in the winter's like this. Show me the tournament in Hawaii. Show me that West Coast swing where they're playing out there like they are now, and it's warm. And you watch that, and you think, man, I sure would like to go to a place warm. But I got to admit, I don't think I watched a minute of sports on TV yesterday because there was no football game on.
You'll get it figured out between now
Maybe so,
and next
but
Sunday.
I didn't get it figured out yesterday.
By the way, if you haven't spent a Sunday or Saturday going to like Blakeman's Fine Jewelry and checking out their new store, what are you waiting on? You get free Prosecco. You get coffee at the Bee Coffee Bar, Onyx Coffee at the Bee Coffee Bar inside Blakeman's. It's a shopping experience unlike any other now, where your search ends and your story begins. Any special occasion, they can take care of you at Blakeman's, but just walking in the store is quite a sight. The official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Almost 8 o'clock. Good morning.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block. If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes,
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth, and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Light beer.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon in the low to mid-40s. We will see cloudy skies tonight. Overnight lows will drop down into the mid-20s, expecting to see about 4 to 6 inches of snow across the north Tuesday into Tuesday night. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
They're on a mission. This team wants to make sure that we get to the end.
Call them the Omahawks.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Ready to explore beyond the beaten path? Discover the Range Rover lineup at Land Rover of Little Rock. Experience handcrafted luxury with the capability to take on any adventure. The elegant Range Rover offers unmatched performance and first-class luxury. The Range Rover is built for every journey. Visit Land Rover of Little Rock today and explore our incredible Range Rover selection. Plus, take advantage of our promotions and recently revamped service department. Visit us at 25 Colonel Glenn Plaza Drive or log on at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
If I were to buy you a piece of jewelry, Chuck, what would you want?
A nice watch.
A nice
good.
watch.
Yeah, nice watch.
How about a bracelet? You like those beads that people
I'm not really into that.
Would you wear beads? Like
no,
on your
I'm not into
wrist?
that. No pinky rings, nothing like that. But I wouldn't mind a good watch.
A pinky ring for Chuck.
I know. I am not a jewelry guy. I'm not a jewelry guy. No gold chains. I'm not into male jewelry. It's not my thing.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
the show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You're headed to Auburn later today.
Later today, Hogs are getting out of here early before the winter storm hits.
Hogs coming off a difficult loss at A&M.
It was
69-61. And everybody's just trying to figure out like where they stand, what they got to do to make the tournament. And David Warlock is going to try to help us sort some of this out, or at least give us some of his thoughts, as he is the director of media coordination for the NCAA, statistics and media coordinator of March Madness. He's an Arkansas guy from here, went to Henderson State, grad, worked in the communications department there for a while.
Home of the Reddies.
And giving us a nod today by hopping on back in Arkansas. So we appreciate that, David. How are you?
I'm doing well, guys. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, glad to do it. We just want to know what the criteria is.
Yeah, I mean, we hear so many things from so many people. The net matters. The net doesn't matter. Strength of schedule, this and that. What are the criteria, I guess? I mean, it's a simple question, but what are they?
Well, I think there's a lot. Certainly, there's a lot of metrics involved. We have the net, and then we have 3 predictive metrics, so that we can identify outliers, so those are Ken Palm, Bart Torvik metric is a new one added this year, and the BPI, which is ESPN's, and then we have 3 results-based metrics: the strength of record, which is another ESPN metric, the KPI, and the new one this year that has been getting a lot of attention in recent years, and it was added. We used it with net data, and that's the wins above bubble. And so those are the metrics. But it's obviously, the old adage of who you played, where did you play, and how did you do, which of course are all factored into those metrics. But the committee really dives into those and judges teams based on their performance, and of course, missing players with injuries, that sort of thing factors in. How you did on the road, all those things factor in, and you have 12 individual opinions that help form where teams are seated if indeed they are selected.
Yeah, I think for fans, David, a lot of them, they equate success with your one-loss record. Cal said after the game Saturday, most of the time you are what your record says you are. But in college basketball, and in this case the SEC this season, that's not really the case. When you get into a situation like the SEC is this year, teams with losing records getting in, give us an idea, if you could, about a team like Arkansas that may very well finish below 500 in conference play, what the committee is going to be looking at in determining whether or not they're one of those last teams in or one of those first teams out.
Well, first of all, there's a long history of teams being selected at large to the field with a losing record in conference play. The first one was in 1960, to give you an idea. Now, it happens with far greater frequency these days, but for Arkansas, sitting 4 games under 500 in the league, there's been several teams at 4 games under 500 in conference play that have received that large consideration. So you're not disqualified at all with a record below 500 in the conference, and especially in a conference like the SEC. And there's certainly a history of leagues, including the SEC, that have just had great seasons. But what we're talking about this year at the Southeastern Conference is really unprecedented. The record for teams getting into the field is 11. That looks like it's in jeopardy as we sit today. The fact that the top of the seed list that we unveiled Saturday on CBS, you had Auburn, Alabama, and Florida as 1 seeds, which is highly unusual to have 3 teams from one league as 1 seed. But then the 5th and 6th teams are also from the SEC. So recognizing that league strength is something that the committee does, even though every team is judged independently. But Arkansas at 4 and 8 is certainly in the mix. Oklahoma even is, I believe, 6 games under 500. They're certainly going to be considered strongly just based on their non-conference success. And they'll obviously have opportunities, just like Arkansas, to get some good SEC wins as we come down the final month of the season. I will say, however, there has not been a team that's been 6 games under 500 that has received at-large bid, but it doesn't mean it can't happen.
You may have answered the question when you said non-conference wins, but how did the SEC's metrics get so good? I mean, to ask it in a simple way, what makes their metrics, when you hear guys talk about best league ever, they're basing a lot of that on the numbers. How did they arrive at that?
Well, I think if you just look at what each team did, I mean, let's start with South Carolina. The team that hasn't even won an SEC game. They're a top 100 team in the net in just about every other metric. They play a lot of teams close. They beat Clemson, which you could argue with a straight face as the second best team in the ACC, and just go on from there. Obviously, at the top, Auburn lost at Duke and was a super competitive game, and that was part of the ACC-SEC challenge, which the SEC completely dominated. But if you just look at not only their success, but who it came against, both these teams played a lot of tough competition, and for them to just win those games in the manner in which they did, not just stacking home wins and whatnot. If you look at non-conference records, Florida was a perfect 13-0, and Alabama I think was 11-2. Auburn lost just the 1 game at Duke. But Kentucky was 11-2. Mississippi State was 12-1. Oklahoma, like I said, was perfect in the non-conference. But just about all these teams, Tennessee was perfect. Didn't high end in the non-conference, and obviously Arkansas in that mix as well, going 11-2, I think, at last look. And obviously that hasn't changed. I think that's right. I think Arkansas is 11-2 in the non-conference, and so just complete domination. And the important part here is against good competition. So they challenged themselves and obviously passed with flying colors.
David Warlock, NCAA Director of Media Coordination, Statistics, and Media Coordinator also for March Madness, with us on the Chuck and Bo Show. If there's one number to look at, if you're a fan trying to figure out where your team stands, is the net a good one to evaluate, like in a nutshell, where you are? You mentioned several other metrics, but if you had to pick one, or can you do that?
I don't necessarily think you can do that, and I don't mean to give a weak answer here, but I'd say this: if you're talking about being selected to the field to give yourself a chance in the tournament, I lean, and I think the committee historically has leaned more toward the resume rankings, and so the strength of record and wins above bubble will come in play there. When you're in the field and you're talking about where you're going to be seated, I think the predictive typically come in to carry more weight than the results ones. So the results ones, tell you what you did against your schedule. The predictive ones are more power rankings, and so a lot of those, including the net, but all of them really are influenced by adjusted efficiency, which accounts for not only how many did you score and how many did you give up, and how efficient you were offensively and defensively, but they're also adjusted to account not only for the location of the game, but the quality of your opponent. So winning at Kentucky like Arkansas did is going to be rewarded from a metric standpoint more than if you win at a middle of the pack Big East team or that sort of thing. And so all of that's adjusted to account for the location of the game and the quality of the opponent.
So Arkansas is 4-8 in the league, and they got 6 games left. Is there a magic number? I know it's a little bit of a moving target, but and you described earlier, like there have been teams below 4 games below 500 in conference play that have gotten in, dating all the way back to 1960. But is there a magic number here? And I know all the games aren't equal. Like, at Auburn is certainly different than at South Carolina. But you got at Auburn, Missouri and Texas at home, at South Carolina, at Vanderbilt, and then Mississippi State at home. I mean, does it feel like they need to go 3-3 to make the tournament, or do we know?
The short answer is you don't know. However, if you go 3-3 against that schedule, I mean, most of those are going to be quad 1 games. Certainly, the others, would be quad 2 if they don't fall in. I think Texas was this morning, 31 in the net, which means a home game against Texas is a quad 2. But that could easily sneak over into quad 1 territory. But if you beat Texas, first of all, that gives you a season sweep. Over the Longhorns, they're going to be probably in the same discussion as Arkansas when it comes for inclusion in the field. Missouri and Mississippi State, both at home, would be, very good wins against tournament teams. Obviously, the big one is Wednesday at Auburn. If you somehow get that, and obviously it's not going to be easy if you watch them all season, including Saturday. If you get that, that's going to be a win that just, frankly, most people aren't getting. But even the other games, at Vanderbilt, could be a tournament team and a high quality road win, and then South Carolina, which won't be easy to navigate despite what their 1-loss record in the conferences. But I do think, yes, if you get 3 wins there, there's no doubt they'll be in the discussion. The more wins you get in those half dozen games means probably the less urgency you have when it comes to SEC tournament. But that's the beauty of college basketball, is that you get that second lifeline, whether you're Arkansas, Arkansas State, or Arkansas Pine Bluff. You get that second chance to win an automatic qualifier, or in Arkansas's case, is further enhance your resume.
David Warlock, great stuff.
Thank you, David.
Fantastic insight. Thanks so much for making time for us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you. David Warlock, NCAA Director of Media Coordination and Statistics and Media Coordinator for March Madness, alum of Henderson State. And that's a pretty good look, pretty comprehensive look at where we are.
It is. And I want to go back and just mention one thing quickly before we go to a break. When you wonder why we talk about Arkansas at 4 games below 500 still in the NCAA tournament picture, college basketball has their equivalent of the college football playoff standings. You know, they start coming out in November. The first round came out over the weekend. 5 of the top 6 teams are from the Southeastern Conference. Texas A&M may be ranked 8th in the polls. They are 6th in the only poll that matters really now in terms of the selection committee. This is like when we get to November in college football. AP poll doesn't matter anymore. It's all about the college football playoff standings. That's where we are now in basketball. Auburn 1, Alabama 2, Florida 4, Tennessee 5, A&M 6, Kentucky 10. 6 of the top 10, 5 of the top 6. You've beaten one of them. You've gone down to the wire with a couple of others. That's why Arkansas is still in the mix. And that's why when you say a team 4 games below 500 getting in is perfectly reasonable, because there's never been a situation where statistically a league has been this dominant. And that's why even at 4 games below 500, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that you could be 5 games under 500 and get in. I don't really think so. But I think 7 and 11 solidly get you in the tournament.
The information that matters. It's like sleep. It matters. There's no more important thing than sleep. It matters. And we've been telling you about this. If you've got sleep apnea, don't ignore it. Don't ignore your CPAP machine. Don't ignore the idea that you're supposed to be wearing that thing. If you do, it can create severe health issues for you. Really drives up your risk. There are other options beyond like a CPAP machine. Dr. Scotty Bolding, world-renowned surgeon from right here in Arkansas, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better. So you sleep better, but also just breathe better every day. It's the Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine, Precedent.com online, 479-755-3000. Do something to help yourself. Don't just allow it to happen. Breathe Better Arkansas, the Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine, Precedent.com. Back with some of your thoughts coming up. It's 8:17 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Like, I think you should look at yourself today in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me?
Okay, I will.
I'm not talking about you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
When it comes to finding the perfect diamond, there's one name that stands above the rest in Northwest Arkansas. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. As the region's premier experts for diamonds, Blakeman's offers an unparalleled selection of brilliant stones, handpicked for their quality and beauty. They don't just help you find the perfect stone. They educate you on every step of the way. Whether you're planning a proposal, celebrating an anniversary, or simply treating yourself, Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go. So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
What's better than getting something for free? Winning. Woohoo! And with the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, you get the chance to do both. For $5, you get 3 tickets, a Powerball ticket with Power Play, a Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. That's 3 ways to win. So ask for the $5 bundle today. Bundle is eligible with Quick Picks only. Offer ends February 28th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Watch every Hog game this season at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for half-price apps and taps during every Hog game. With TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat for all the action. Half-price appetizers like Joe's Sampler Platter, Ballpark Nachos, Tin Layer Dip, Brisket Nachos, and Mexican Pizza. And ask about Joe's Tailgate packages to make your football experience even better in the comfort of your home. Half-price apps and taps for every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You know, when you're young, I mean, you want to party. I mean, you want to go party, you want to go have a good time. But you do get to a point in life where it's like, I do kind of like not having to deal with people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Sterling's at Center Ridge. What's going on, Sterling? Good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, Bo and Chuck. I hope y'all having a great morning.
We are, Sterling. Thank you. You too.
Guys, on the All-Star weekend and the dunk contest, and I agree with Bart that LeBron started a trend, but just because LeBron takes something seriously don't necessarily mean it's going to catch on. He took that mid-season tournament seriously a year ago, and he would have throw it off. Ain't nothing. He took the championship in the bubble, but some people don't even count that championship in the bubble. They call it Mickey Mouse championship. Some talking heads in sports, and he took that serious. And you know, not Bart is not one of those guys, but some people just love hating on LeBron and give him, if it's bad, he started, and if it's good, he ain't keeping it going. So, I mean, sometimes he can't win from losing. But I do agree with Bart that he was the first big name to not do it as a young cat. And it seemed like the other young cats after him took on. And these guys talking about they're going to get it in next year because they see what he's doing, unless they make that prize money worth $100 million, they're not. Chuck made up the point, was it Bo, talking about how much money he made as a player and how much money he done made in the dunk contest. That's why he's going to go over there every time he can.
Right.
Rest assured me, if he was making $60 million a year and had a 6-year contract, he would not be jumping over cars and heads or people spinning around anymore.
I get it.
Well, now, the one thing that I will say, though, I know everything's relative, but, you know, it's not like these guys, the stars that were in the dunk contest back in the day, it's not like they were broke. I mean, it's not like they're, man, I need that 10 grand.
This kind of money.
But no, but you're still making enough money that winning the dunk contest is not going to change your financial fortunes. I mean,
it's just a change in mentality.
What they were doing back then, what they were doing back then was different too.
I understand that.
Over cars,
but I don't think it's just because of the money. I don't think it's just because of the money. I think a lot of people have the attitude of I'm above this. I'm a star. Dunk contest is for people trying to become stars. I'm already a star. I think that's got as much to do with it as how much they're being paid or not being paid.
I think it's a degree of difficulty what you have to do to impress people nowadays. Now,
Well, you may be right there, too.
A windmill dunk today don't mean nothing. I mean, it's like, You know, people go sleep over Dominique's windmills today. But you saw what the guy was doing. He's taking the ball off somebody's head and off this guy's head and dunking 2 balls in at once. When back then, Larry Nance was just jumping up and dunking 2 balls at once. And he was going, ooh, ah.
You're right. And
I think the degree of difficulty.
Yeah.
I think the degree of difficulty got it.
All of this is true.
Really messing guys up.
All of it's true. I mean, Sterling, thanks for the call. All of this is true. And here's what I was kind of trying to say earlier, and I don't know if I'm doing it very well. We started off with sports being sports. Like, you go out in the backyard and you shoot hoops and you make up a game and you play. And then you got friends over and you play, you know, or whatever the sports are that you played. And that's what we turned and then watched on television. And we're like, that's exciting. And those guys are really good at it. And then all this money got involved, which is great. And everybody's, you know, can have a better life and all these things. But with that comes celebrity. And then we've got social media. And now we've got all these variations of whatever, like the dunk contest is no longer just a dunk. It's no longer just an exciting dunk where you do a 360 or you jump from a certain distance out or whatever. Then we've got a up, and the whole. So it changed. Like the sport has changed because of all of it. The All-Star Weekend has changed because of all of it. Like sports are changing. You know, like how we protect a quarterback in the NFL. Football has changed. Basketball has changed, and it will continue to. And it's primarily because it's about entertainment and attraction. Everything's made for TV because that's where the most money is now. And that's why you have TikTokers and YouTubers that can become famous because they can figure out a twist on something that you like and do it differently. And then that works its way into mainstream. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. It's just the way that it is.
Well, I think the biggest thing with the dunk contest and Mac McClung is that you don't get to see the guy play anymore. He's got 15 minutes of fame every year at the All-Star game, and then you don't hear about him again until All-Star Weekend next year. There's nothing sustainable to his game in terms of having staying power in the NBA. He's not an NBA player, but he's great at, putting on a show in an exhibition contest.
Brought to you in part by Yuengling, the next generation of a light beer. It's Flight by Yuengling. Now they've got the new twist-off aluminum can bottles. Fantastic. Resealable. Got one right here. If you're watching the show, it's right here. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Tastes like Yuengling, but it's a light beer. More of your thoughts coming up, 877-377-6963. It's President's Day. Michael Jordan, 62. Ed Sheeran's 34. Paris Hilton's 44. And however old you are today, make it a good one. The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations. Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today. You sure did. You sure did.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant.
I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, coming into the game is Mac Jones. And that brings the crowd to its feet. They actually thought he had that dunk, and now he's just frustrated. Jones! Why not? Look at the smile, and this place is wild about Matt Jones.
Listen to Halftime, weekdays from 11 to 2, only on ESPN 95.3.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Herod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, A Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, A Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's A Cut Above, 719-5605.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howell in Van Buren. Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Got a pest? Call West. If you have pest or termite problems in your home, call West today and learn how their 50 years combined experience can help solve your problems with competitive pricing and quality services, all designed with your pets and children in mind. Call today and schedule your free estimate. They even offer Saturday services and long life attic pest control. Call 782-7291. West Termite and Pest Control, protecting your home health and peace of mind.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
You did.
But I spewed it out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're having trouble with your gutters or the drainage around your home, let us recommend Hog Trough Gutters. Locally owned and operated, 30 years of experience, and they really do it all. Seamless gutters. They actually make them on site. Trenching, French drains. They're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year warranty. Now, they cover the entire area, Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley too. If you've got an issue, take a picture of it, text them, and they'll let you know whether or not you've really got an issue or what you might need to do to resolve it. Now, sometimes you got a problem, but sometimes you don't. And it's good to know, and it's good to have somebody that can give you an honest answer about all that. Again, Hog Gutters, you can log on to hoggutters.com.
Cecil in Fort Smith. Cecil, what's happening? You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. I was just, I kind of got on a little late. I heard Chuck was saying, well, both of y'all was talking about the dunk contest. And, yeah, the dunk contest in the NBA, all of that stuff is it's getting kind of boring, just like the NFL. They go into flag football. Man, it's just like entertainment now. LeBron, I just figure LeBron hey, man, as long as he's played and everything he's done, he did get nominated again. So that's 21, if I'm not mistaken, for him to be an all-star. But
yeah, it was 21st.
Just the burnout thing, man, just to continue to play like that is really a blessing. But the guy, that didn't, I think he played on the NBA team for like a 10-day contract or something. But he won the dunk contest, and I'm happy for him. But this is what I would say. This is something Bart would probably say. So I'm getting this off of Bart. If you went, okay, Bart, if all three of y'all win the NBA dunk contest, okay, so Chuck did a dunk. That dunk should be sealed and capped off. You shouldn't be able to do the dunk again and win the dunk contest. I think that would make it more interesting because Blake Griffin jumped over the car, and I'm not hating on the guy. Nothing. He won. I'm just like Bo. Hey, Bo pulled up. I came home and cut the TV on, and I just kept watching it. But the thing about it is, why would you do a dunk with? You replicating the dunk. Did I say that right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just I'm lost in a fantasy of you coming home, turning your TV on, and there I am dunking. That's where I am.
I was watching.
I'm going to spend the rest of my day there.
No, Bo, you said that you was out eating and it was on.
Oh yeah.
And you watched it. It's not like back in the days when they was really playing basketball and you could watch a really good game. They letting everybody go down the court. They're not really playing defense. Yesterday they played a little bit better. Like Damian Leonard said, they did play because Damian Leonard off for playing a real game. But everybody, it's entertainment too. But you want to play a real game instead of just out there like park ball. And so, like you just said, you was at the restaurant and you saw it and you started watching it. Well, I turned my TV. I'm a sport guy anyway, so I don't watch movies. I watch all sports. So, I watched it. So, but like I say, I'm happy for the guy. But I think once a dunk is done and sealed up, it shouldn't be replicated again. I mean, that would make it more interesting because you have to sit down around the round table and say, okay, how are we going to do this? Let's do it like this year because they did it like that. They already won like this, so why would you do it again? And why would you vote it in as the best dunk? Now, just back in the days, there was a lot of spectacular dunks, but it is what it is.
It has, yeah. See, so it's gotten to the point where, I don't know what else you could do. You got to do something, one up everything. But I don't really want to talk about anything else the rest of the show other than just the idea of me being in the dunk contest.
Well,
I'm just there now.
Just the picture of you and me and
thought.
Bart.
Yes.
In a
dunk
contest.
Yes.
Clearly, the goal would have been
don't care
max 8 feet.
Don't care.
Max 8 feet.
Lower. It's going to need to be
lower.
Probably
It would
need
to be
significant.
Yeah, probably 7.
For any sort of
7.
creativity, that's like a straight-on maybe get it down dunk. If we're going to be creative with this, and I think it's a great way to launch our YouTube channel to new heights. 6 feet would be great.
It would have to be 6.
Right. And I just like camera angles.
I think
like a doorway hoop.
Yeah.
No,
like a Nerf goal. Like maybe
7
5
would be tough.
Maybe 5'10". Maybe 5'10".
Is that doorway 6 feet?
I'm going to tell y'all right now, it doesn't matter because it's all about the hang time. It doesn't matter how high or whatever.
You're saying you don't think anybody in this room could get some air?
We need some trampolines.
Now's a great time to get into
one of those mini trampolines.
This feels like as good a time as any on this new show to get into Bart's dunking career. Bart's career of dunking. Chuck, do you want to hear about it?
Yeah.
So Bart has a one career dunk. One. Not in a game. But one career dunk, all time, anywhere, on any goal of 10 feet. Bart has one dunk. And we learned this back when we did the other show. And Bart claims that he's dunked exactly once. Yes, I'm sure he did. And I claim to this day that that's a lie. Because I don't know anybody, and neither do you,
Bart.
that would say they only dunked one time.
Nobody's
if
buying
you can
that.
dunk once, you can dunk
with
twice.
a regulation basketball.
Right.
On a 10-foot goal.
Right. So here was the thing. I could not, back when I played basketball, I could not, and still to this day, cannot palm a ball.
Right.
So it was all, like, if you gave me, like, a smaller ball.
Nerf ball?
A Nerf ball, or even, like, the women's game, like, the ball's a little smaller. Like, I can dunk with that, but with a regulation men's ball, I could not, I couldn't, like, keep control of the ball.
Gotcha. So you dunked with a Nerf ball?
No, I did one time. I was able to get a regulation ball down. You were able to hold it with
there?
with a Nerf ball or anything like that, I could dunk. I could dunk all the time.
None of that
because I could jump up and grab the rim and hang on the rim.
Yeah, but none
like
of that.
with two
none
hands.
of that. My point remains the same.
Shut up.
Nobody has
Nobody
ever
cares.
dunked just one time. Nobody in the history
Bo on
of
this.
anybody who has ever dunked.
Sorry.
Why would you say that's it? That's
So
it.
what-
What makes you think I'm lying? What makes you think that I'm
because you're like,
fabricating this? I am not somebody who lies. I'm not a liar.
Well, maybe you misremember.
Let's
We all
not
misremember
attack
things.
my integrity.
We
here.
all misremember things.
Yeah,
the
Malcolm
older we get, the
Gladwell.
better we were.
Malcolm Gladwell did a podcast on this. Brian Williams got in trouble about it. Misremembered being in a helicopter that was getting
misremembering.
shot at and really wasn't in there. And like it was a whole thing. Brian Williams lost his
You
own job.
imagined yourself
Get out of
walking on air, and it was as though it was really happening.
Nope. Dunked.
You buying it, Edward?
Sorry.
Sell.
What about you, Bo? Sell?
I don't care.
I'm selling.
I don't care if
I'm
it's.
selling.
Hey, look,
I'm not going to call you a
I
liar.
don't give a damn what you people think.
So.
This happened.
He just went full-blown Chuck on
Yeah,
it.
I
I've never
did.
been around
I
a
did.
bigger group of morons.
Don't believe me.
The
That's fine. I don't
laziest
care.
use
I
of
did
the-
it. I know it.
Yeah, well, you're being penalized by this group.
Yeah, that's
all right. Philip and Mountain Home. What's on your mind, buddy? No school today? You slept in a little bit?
Yeah, Philip's got a day off today. What's up, Philip?
Yeah. Well, Arkansas lost again in basketball. What else is new? The sky's blue.
Okay.
But
whoa,
they lost
That
to
doesn't Philip.
Texas.
Well, that's a little harsh, man.
Man, tough game. Yeah, tough
What
basketball.
adult did you hear say that you're simply repeating what they say? Was that something your dad said?
No, that was something that came up in my brain.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
You know, not a lot of stuff goes up on here, so I'm surprised I actually said that.
Wow.
But come on, they gave up 18 points to someone that sounded like they signed a Declaration of Independence. Who the heck is Wade Taylor the Fourth?
Well,
He's one of the best players in the SEC.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He had
I don't care
41.
that he's one of the best players. Oh, he's one of the best players in the SEC. He sounds like he's from the 1800s, dude. What do you mean?
Wow. Philip's on one today.
But hey, at least we have
12,
baseball now, baby. We play against Washington State. Okay, that's not that. But we at least we still have baseball because oh my goodness, we look so good with Dave Van Horn at the helm. We scored like 9 against Washington State. To be fair, we did have a little scare the first game, but I think that was just first game jitters. You know, nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
But still, I'm so proud of this baseball team, man. We have an honest shot, which I say this every year, but we probably have the best shot of winning the College World Series. I still have flashbacks from the Oregon State game, but we don't talk about that, okay? Like, he should have caught that foul ball. You should have caught the foul ball, right? But, I don't know. We scored 14 on Washington State, and that was all I needed. That helped me get through my day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, they're good. Again, we knew they were going to be good. They these early game series, you're just kind of you get out there, you play in the cold, you figure it out a little bit, and like Dave Van Horn said, they're not necessarily playing great, but they're finding ways to win. Philip, thanks for that spirited call on President's Day. Thank you.
Philip's going to enjoy his day off today.
Should have done some President's Day trivia.
Yeah.
But we didn't have that queued up. Hey, live thoroughbred horse racing is back at Oaklawn. 2024 or 24-25 live race meet is underway. They have something today at Oaklawn. President's Day. Don't they usually have something special today?
I think so.
Yeah, visit oaklawn.com. You can get all the details. Oaklawn.com/racing. This Saturday, February 22nd, the Rebel Stakes.
That's always a big day.
Yeah, $1.25 million purse. What do you have in the Situation Room, Bart, about Oaklawn?
Yeah, they've got racing today.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, President's Day.
You got Clint Black and Floyd Nation coming up at the Headliner Entertainment Center,
Floyd
the
Nation?
Oaklawn
Really?
Event Center. Yeah. You interested?
I might
Got
be.
the Ozark Stakes today.
Ozark Stakes today. Okay. Oaklawn.com. Get all the details. Oaklawn. By the way, the new Oaklawn Sports app customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. So if you don't have the Oaklawn Sports app and you're looking to bet on something tonight, tomorrow, this week, whatever, download the app and get $1,000 in bonus bets at Oaklawn Sports. All right, Chuck and Bo Show. It is 8:46. Hogs play at noon. We're supposed to get up to around 45 throughout the natural state today, and then it's going to go straight to the North Pole starting late tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about it.
It's going to be cold.
Get the pipes straight.
Brutal.
Back in a minute. Good morning. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
Talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today by correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today, 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking.
It's like, what
yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Think better. Member FDIC.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry.
What makes you unique from other stores in the area?
I try to build a great relationship with all of my customers. I can do just anything from cars to food trucks to signs, banners. I do a lot of custom this and that. I'll say 100% of anybody come in here, they leave out happy. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Where's my life gone? I don't understand anything that's happening. There's all this stuff going on around me, and I'm just completely clueless. And that's when I decided I'm going to go to bed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart's got presidential trivia, I think.
What do we have?
Chevy
do we
Situation
have presidential
room.
Trivia?
Chevy of Fayetteville, the Situation Room is popping today.
Lay one on
Bart on President's Day. By the way, use your day wisely, kids. If you're home from school today, write in to the Chuck and Bo Show. Just send us a letter. Maybe get into it tomorrow.
A long form letter.
To our mailing address.
Here we go. How many state capitals are named after U.S. presidents?
Oh. I'm going to go with 5.
7.
6.
None of you are correct. It's 4.
Oh, I was the closest.
We have Jackson,
but
Mississippi,
I was still over.
Jefferson City, Missouri, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Madison, Wisconsin.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, on to the next one.
Let's see.
Sound effects.
Yeah.
We don't have them. I'm looking for them.
Who was the first president to live to be 90 years old? I'm going to give you multiple choice on this one.
Oh, thank you.
John Adams, Martin Van Buren, Andrew Johnson, or Ronald Reagan?
John Adams.
It is
There you
John
go.
Adams.
Well, everybody knows that. I mean, that was a gimme. That was a layup.
I didn't know.
It took until the 31st president, Herbert Hoover, to have another one who lived to 90.
I knew that, too.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
This is fantastic so far, rivaling the dunk contest.
Yeah, this is good radio.
This
Go
is
ahead.
about as good as
Who was the
Here's
first?
another one.
Come on.
Hurry up.
Who was the first president to be born in a hospital? Was it John
Ooh, that's a
Tyler,
good one.
James Buchanan, William Howard Taft, or Jimmy Carter?
The answer is James Buchanan.
The answer is actually Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter.
It wasn't
Really?
Until
Yeah.
1924.
That was going to be my guess.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Do you like the way I said that confidently, even though I knew I was wrong?
I did. How about this? One more. One more. This is sports related.
If you insist.
Which president played professional baseball under the pseudonym Wilson to make money while maintaining his amateur standing so he could play college sports? Was it James Garfield, Herbert Hoover, Dwight D. Eisenhower, or Gerald Ford?
I think it was Gerald R. Ford.
Anybody else?
I'm on Team Chuck. I wasn't really paying attention.
It was Ike.
Really?
It was Ike.
I was going to say that.
He told
But I didn't hear the question.
We are
and
so
I was going to go with
stupid.
that.
I mean, we are illiterate.
Speaking of stupid, did you see Illinois had to apologize for honoring one of their former players,
That
Terrence
was
Shannon
so
Jr.?
bad.
They retired his jersey. They dropped it from the rafters, and it was upside down.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Tough scene.
How does that happen?
Tough scene.
Somebody screwed up.
Somebody made a mistake.
You can't run that back, can you?
No.
Like, hey, we're going to have a redo.
They had him pose for a picture
weeks.
after the game with it, turned the right way, but by then the moment was gone.
I mean, what if that's your one moment?
Well, it's gone.
Like, that's your crowning moment.
It was.
And they just
You don't get it back.
Upside down jersey. I mean, what a time. Wow. That is really. Also, missed this earlier in the headlines. Eagles general manager Howie Roseman was hit in the head with a beer can.
Howie.
With a beer. Gashed his forehead open at the parade. Boy, those Eagles fans.
They're
they know how to
rowdy.
celebrate.
They're happy.
Have a great Monday, everyone. President's Day.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season.